Hi there, and welcome to P226Nut's review of the Colt Trooper Mark III. This is the box that it came with from the factory. The chances of you finding this gun with the box are actually pretty good for as old a handgun as this is. It's kind of a cool box, have all the paperwork and stuff with it, and if you can find these guns with all this stuff, it increases their value dramatically. This is probably like a $300 or $400 box. Anyway, we're going to talk about this gun, kind of the philosophy behind a Magnum handgun, why you might want to consider carrying this. Here, let me zoom in first. Okay, and now to philosophy. Philosophy on this handgun would be home defense, pretty much. And even that, I'd have to say, you have to be using really good hollow points, or be someplace where you don't have to worry about what direction you fire, because these will go through your entire house. Now, if you load it with like 38 special and use some good hollow points, yeah, they probably would stop in the guy. But if you're shooting 357 Magnums, you really need to be careful about what you shoot at. The other philosophies of this gun would be a hunting handgun. This gun would actually do fairly well at this. And as a target gun, this gun has fully adjustable sights and is very accurate. I wouldn't want to use it in like a target competition, but it makes a pretty fun range gun. Okay, track record. This gun has an excellent track record. It's basically a Colt Python, sort of. The Colt Python had a lot of hand fitting done on the inside of it that basically made it a better action. Had a slightly different hammer, had a ventilated rib on the top, and a full underlug. And the grip was slightly different, but it looks exactly the same as this. Those grips will not fit on a Python, though, as I understand it. They made sure to change just enough to where you couldn't do that. But anyway, it's very reliable. The only thing you ever hear about on Colts is that as you shoot them a lot, the timing could get off. I've never seen that personally, but I've heard about it happening. Okay, the caliber, 357 Magnum. It's just an awesome round, really. I mean, if I had to pick a perfect handgun round, it would be very near the top of the list. Super effective, not really too much overkill. The 44 mag and the 500 Magnum are overkill in my opinion. This will stop the person definitely, but is not overkill. Especially if they're wearing body armor or something like that. Back in the 30s, everybody wanted 357 Magnums because they had primitive body armor back then, and 38 specials and 9mm and things like that would be stopped, but 357 Magnums would not be. And in fact, if I was going on like a big game safari, I would also really want this round as my sidearm, because it has taken most African big game. Not that it's recommended, but it has taken almost all game and sport animals on the planet. Okay, magazine's not applicable. Accuracy is very good. Inch groups at 25 yards. Very good. Size and weight. It's very heavy. It's about 2 pounds. It's a full-size revolver. I mean, you need that weight to soak up the recoil from that huge round it's firing. Ergonomics. With the grips it has on it, I would say it is fairly ergonomic. But if you had some little slim line grips, not the oversized ones like these are, these revolvers aren't very ergonomic because the space in here makes your hand ride up to where, here, let me show you. Your hand isn't in a line like this. Your trigger finger would be like down here. It's very uncomfortable. So On this particular gun with those grips, very good, but if you change the grips to a slimline grip, I would say not very good ergonomics. Materials used. It's all steel and wood and nickel. The gun's nickel plated, which I think makes it kind of cool. Nickel has a really cool look to it. If you've never seen it in person, it's not like stainless. It's got a luster to it, and it's awesome. Durability and reliability. I already spoke of durability, the timing thing that may or may not be an issue. And reliability, I would say it's very reliable. I've fired hundreds and hundreds of rounds with this gun, and it goes bang every time. Okay. Variations. I already spoke about the Python. That's kind of a variation. There are the earlier versions of the Trooper. I think the earliest one actually did have slimline grips, and kind of slowly morphed its way into this gun. Excuse me. Accessories. They do make speed loaders for these. You can get holsters for these. Used holsters for the most part, or custom holsters. You're not going to be able to just walk into a store and buy a new holster for this. Compatibility with your systems. I would say if you're shooting a gun that's in 357 for your rifle, fairly compatible. If you are trying to be Snake Plissken, fairly compatible. If you just love revolvers and don't really care and are willing to put up with everything, I'd say go ahead. It would be compatible, but it's not going to be something you're going to really need. I'm sorry, I'd rather have a semi-automatic. Okay, and now we're down to value. I would say the value on any Colt firearm is jacked. This, at the most, should be like a $400 gun. But because it's a Colt, it's like an $800 gun. Yeah. I think that's pretty jacked up myself. Now, a new Smith & Wesson would probably be 5 or 6. And these are supposed to have better craftsmanship and whatever, but I don't know. Would you rather have this or, you know, a Glock and a PF9? That's basically what it comes down to. Or, you know, basically you can have any other gun you want and a cheap gun for what you could get this. That's about all I have to say about it. It is a great gun, though. If you find one, go ahead and buy it. It's only going to increase in value. Since I've had it, this thing's gone up about $200, which I think is pretty cool. It's a total second type of cool gun, though. There's a lot of first type of cool about it if it's, you know, home defense or hunting or something like that, but, you know, as far as comparing it to a semi-automatic 9mm, 45 or 40, I would say it's total second type of cool by comparison. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the video, and have a nice day.